amazing storytelling for not just India, but all over the world. So really, really, many times this is a job and I'm here to just say things that I'm supposed to say. But this moment for me as a fan of Indian cinema, of storytelling on a global stage with origins and roots in our country. And therefore this is a incredibly emotional moment for me. This idea, like all great ideas, emerges with wanting to change something very fundamental, something really, really big. And in some ways, so the kind of movies that he has always made has been a point of incredible inspiration for all of us in this country and for Sharad and me. And one of the big things that we wanted to change in this country is that we wanted animation series to become hugely popular for adult audiences. There was a perception that animation meant cartoons, which was only supposed to appeal to young children, and Sharad and his team at Graphic India had a vision to change that and to use animation storytelling to make it powerful, make it emotional, imbue in it huge entertainment and amazing learning and an emotional connection that everybody across age groups could relate to. And that's where this idea started. It's been an incredible collaboration. And of course, anything that touches the world of Bahubali is always going to create a chord and also put tremendous responsibility. So I think we've sort of lived with that over a very long period of time, and proud to be here and hopeful that what has been created with so much love, with so much dedication, so much attention to detail, it also finds love with fans, with all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts here with us today. Yes, a lot of you are standing here and there. I request you to kindly please settle down and make yourselves comfortable so that we can... Yes, please settle down, all those who are standing behind as well, so that the people behind you, they can get a good view of our panelists, dignitaries here on stage. All right. So, is everybody able to view? Yeah? Nobody blocking the views, right? All right, thank you. So now the question to the most loved panelist here on stage. S.S. Rajamouli Garu. Namaskaram, sir. Thank you so much for making your presence felt here in our beloved Hyderabad. With the release of Bahubali, Crown of Blood, the excitement in Hyderabad is palpable. Can you share with us your thoughts on bringing the iconic Bahubali universe to life once again? What was your thought behind making a prequel of this franchise into an animated series? So please, me thoughts share.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి. Okay. Well, it's a lot of thought that went behind in creating the Crown of Blood. Initially, when we started building the world of Bahubali for the films, as we started writing the pre-stories, the post-stories, the character arcs from beginning to the end, we realized there is so much more to be given to the audience in terms of the characters and the stories. In the West, there is the standard, or what do you say, the way that any brand is created, it immediately goes into multiple media. It automatically happens because it's quite established, and when a brand is building, how it can travel into different areas. But India, we don't have that. If a film does well, it does well, and that's it. It finishes with that. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to continue, but we didn't know how to do that. And we tried many ways. We tried to create games. We tried to create a VR film. We tried to create a series in many ways, but on the process, because it's learning, we realized the most important thing is to associate with the right people. So we are expert in filmmakers, but I'm not an expert in animation. I'm not an expert in gaming. So it is very important to associate with the right people. So it took us some time to find the right people. Sharad came in and he shared his vision of making animation big in India. It is surprising that the colorful world of India doesn't, the animation doesn't really go beyond children's cartoons. So he had a vision of like we have to bring animation like in the West, like in the Japan, and here he had that thought, and of course they also shared the same vision, but to Hotstar also shared the same vision. Then we realized, okay, we have the right kind of people, so we associate with them, and they can take it forward. And then we had long story discussions with Sharad. It was very difficult decision for me to break myself from Bahubali and give it to Sharad and say, please take it forward from there. It's a very hard decision. Initially, I thought I wouldn't let him do anything with it without my consent. Then gradually I realized I have to let go. But before letting go, I took them through the process of how we made Bahubali. What are the characters, what are the conflicts, and if you have to take it out, you write any story you want, you create any characters that you want to. But there is a soul of Bahubali that resonated with the Indian audience or audience across the world wherever it played well. So I tried to explain them what that soul was. Yeah, he understood my love for the Bahubali characters and the story, and he grasped it, and he and his team worked beautifully, creating the characters, creating the story arc, creating the character arcs, and they came up with Crown of Blood. I'm so happy the way it turned out.
We are truly honored, sir, and we are so looking forward to watch the series Bahubali Crown of Blood. And with that, I move forward to Sharad Devarajan Garu. With the recent success of The Legend of Hanuman and the upcoming Bahubali Crown of Blood, both championed by Sharad Devarajan Garu, it seems like animation in India is really taking off. So how do you feel about this animation boom, especially with the backing of Disney Plus Hotstar? And what was it like bringing the grand world of Bahubali to life in animation, working alongside the visionary director S.S. Rajamouli Garu?
A lot of questions, but first, thank you for everyone here. And let me just say I'm so humbled by the words from both of you and really moved. I mean, this has been a personal life mission of mine to try and help change the perception of our animation, our character entertainment industry for the world. And even here, where it was just seen for kids. And I'll never forget, watching the first Bahubali films and, experiencing them. And to me, they took me into a place of wonder. They were like unlike anything I had ever seen in my life. And the vision that you brought to the screen, sir, was so, captivating for anybody. But more than that, it was so iconic in the archetypes, the characters, so uniquely Indian. It still moves me every time I watch it. And what I think was so amazing when we first spent time talking, and Shobu and I had been starting this journey about how do we think about the Bahubali universe, the audience had seen was only the tip of the iceberg. And when I saw the richness of the world you created, the amount of research and amount of story that was there far beyond what anyone had seen on the screen, that is also the reason the films were such a success. Because that love, that care, that attention is rarely brought by any filmmaker around the world before the film is made. I think the history of all of Indian cinema, and probably global cinema, will be defined as before Bahubali and after Bahubali. So the incredible honor to be able to work with everybody here on this stage and have this journey where we can try and do something different with animation for this country. Where, I think the risk-taking you took in those films was the thing that we struggled to try and epitomize as much as that soul of the characters and that heart that you really brought to them. I hope that the audiences find it well. Similar with Legend of Hanuman, I think in both this, we're trying to change the narrative in the country to not think of animation as a medium, but as a genre, I should say, as genre only for kids, but a medium where the greatest storytellers can come and craft whatever story they want, a visual storytelling medium that can really express deep senses of emotion, characterization, drama, as sophisticated as any other live action medium that people will see. We have seen this in the rest of the world, but the hope, and my hope, is that people watch this series and almost forget it's an animation. Just get captivated into the characters and story, into the world of it. And, and if we can capture even 1/1,000,000th of the amazing, brilliance that you were able to do as a director and a creator, I will consider it my life's work as a success. So, and I will say from the start of this journey, Shobu, has been really such a supportive friend, mentor, and helper in us trying to figure out how do we take those risks, how do we do something special, and how do we push the boundaries of this franchise, which is beloved by millions of people. And these characters touch everyone's heart. And with Sharad Thalker's voice coming back to reprise the role of Bahubali, as so many people in the Hindi markets have heard him in that role and really associated with him, instantly we're hoping that people will feel that connection. I had the great fortune of working together with him when he played Robin in our Legend of Hanuman series. So, he's played two of the most iconic, roles, but such incredible gravitas to the work you bring. And I'm hopeful that the rest of India will see what we're trying to do with animation here as just something that is going to push the boundaries and allow a lot of young filmmakers, creators, and people across this country to tell their stories in this medium. And I just want to finally thank Gaurav, because I will say that without him, none of this would have been possible. It is very rare that the biggest animation company in the world, Disney, took a risk on an adult animation, pushing the boundaries, but it is also very much the DNA of someone like Gaurav, who really, I think, saw the potential early on and saw the power to promote this, just like he would any other big series, to bring it to the market in that way and really showcase it in that way to the audiences. So, if the history books, if animation ever does take off in this country, Gaurav, it'll be largely also because of your incredible role in allowing audiences to really experience it in this new way. And it has been an incredible honor, my friend.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharad. Thank you, sir. That was very well said, and no doubt Rajamouli Garu is putting all the trust in all of you, and he is happy about it because he has found his tribe. So that's why he said, I'm putting my trust in them because I've found the people to be associated with. So moving forward to, yes, Shobu Yerlagaragaru. You have created one of the most opulent cinematic experiences for Indian audiences through the Bahubali movies and have a massive fan base for the franchise. How did you envision creating this world on a digital platform like Disney Plus Hotstar?
Good evening, everyone. So like Rajamouli said, when we started writing the world of Bahubali, the films, we realized that it is much more than films, and films being just one part of the whole. So the way we looked at it is we have the world of Bahubali, the characters, the worlds, and the many multiple things inside, and then films are one part, and then there are multiple VR games, books, and animation being one part of it that we wanted to explore and probably be one of the early tentpole franchises in India because of the thing. And the success of the films only gave us that much more courage and encouragement to do that. And I think animation and adult animation, adult meaning for a larger audience, not like the general audience, and it's not so not just kids, but a broad spectrum of audience like Bahubali the films. That's been one of the areas that we felt the world of Bahubali can adapt very well to. And and then watch films. There are audience who want to play games and then come into the world of Bahubali. There are multiple ways in which you can come into the world of Bahubali, and we felt you should explore all of these multiple avenues. And we still continue to, and this is one of those avenues, and we look forward and we see multiple other avenues going forward around the world of Bahubali. And so we had the great opportunity to be associated with Sharad, who has tremendous experience in the world of graphic novels, animation, and going way back. and one of the early pioneers in that space. So we, like we said, we wanted to collaborate with like-minded, but also people who kind of understand the world and take the world with as much pride and love that we have for it. And we found Sharath in that. And through Sharath, we were able to get find Hotstar, Gaurav and a team in Hotstar, Disney Plus Hotstar to come on board. And I think it's a wonderful win-win situation where everybody is have this beautiful product, and we're just looking forward to seeing it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all these valuable details here with us. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, to the incredible voice behind Bahubali in Hindi, yes, Mr. Sharath Kelkar. Your voice is truly unforgettable and has left a lasting impression on audiences everywhere. How does it feel to have voiced the iconic Bahubali for so long and now to continue that legacy in the animated version? And what does it mean to you to be the voice that instantly comes to mind when people think of Bahubali?
Andriki namaskaram. I think all your answer can't start before I thank you, SS Rajamouli sir, for making me the voice of Bahubali, as you know. And my life's changed completely after the film released. And I'm shivering because I'm sitting with SS Rajamouli sir. I never shared a stage with him, so it's a great pleasure, first of all. Bahubali is a boy from a small town being a stammerer and becomes the voice of Bahubali. It's a big journey for me, and thank you for recognizing my voice and giving me the chance, opportunity to be that character. And thank you, audience, first of all, who loved my voice. I never thought that my voice will be loved so much. But yes, again, it's like homecoming, doing Crown of Blood on Disney Plus Hotstar. As they called me and they said Sharath is making it, I had full trust in the name. Jokes apart, but yeah, it was, the legends were doing this show again, and they rightly said the soul of the film was carried forward in the whole series as well. So the emotion, the characters was same. In fact, the voices in Hindi are the same, all the voices. So that's the best part. People will connect with the series immediately. It was a little challenge because earlier Prabhas Garu was there for my reference in the film, but this time I had to dub first and then the animation was created. So thank you once again for getting the actor in me perform in a different way. But again, I have tried my best to keep the soul intact. While dubbing also, I was thinking about Prabhas Garu, how he would do the scene, and hopefully you like it. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone. Thank you all, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And I must add, you are truly gifted, and we are definitely looking forward to watching. Yes, you already have so many fans in the audience. Yes, we'll get to that, my dear friends. Yes. All right. Yes, I was about to come to that. So, if you can please belt out a dialogue.
Do you want me to say from the series or from the film? Okay, first I'll say from the film because Rajamouli sir is here, so he'll judge whether I'm saying it right or wrong. जब तक तुम मेरे साथ हो मुझे मारने वाला पैदा नहीं हुआ मामा.
Wow. I think that made our day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that, that was truly insightful. We can clap one more time for our dignitaries, panelists present here, who have beautifully answered the questions. And then again, the floor is open for the question answer round with the media. So yes, I request you all to kindly please make sure that you, introduce yourself, your name, your publication, and then please keep your questions about the series. So we have our helpers here who will hand over the microphone to you. Okay, yes, we have somebody there.
Yeah. Rajamouli garu, look at me please. I'm Prabhu here. I'm Prabhu from Suman TV. Sir, I have one question, one compliment, one complaint, and one question. Let me start with my compliment. తెలుగు జాతి ఒకటి ఉందని చెప్పిన వాడు నందమూరి తారక రామారావు గారు అయితే, తెలుగు సినిమా ఒకటి ఉందని ప్రపంచానికి చెప్పిన వ్యక్తిగా రాజమౌళి గారు ఈజ్ నౌ బీయింగ్ రికగ్నైజ్డ్ అండ్ ఈజ్ బీయింగ్ హైలైటెడ్. దీనికి మీరు ఎలా రియాక్ట్ అవుతారనేది నా సెకండ్ ఇది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మాట్లాడు. నెక్స్ట్, మీరు సినిమా కెరీర్ స్టార్ట్ చేసిన దగ్గర నుంచి స్టూడెంట్ నెంబర్ నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా ద మీడియా ఈజ్ వెరీ వెరీ లవ్లీ అండ్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ టు యూ అండ్ యూ ఆర్ ఆల్సో ప్లేయింగ్ ద సేమ్. బట్ టుడే మీతో సినిమా తీయాలంటే ప్రొడ్యూసర్ 4 years 5 years వెయిట్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. బట్ టుడే ద మీడియా వెయిటెడ్ ఫర్ యూ ఫర్ 5 hours since 1 o'clock to still now. Is the reason that because of the miscommunication or because of you have given a wrong program or we are given a wrong program? I don't know what is that. That I want a small clarification from you, please. And next, మీరు ఇందాక మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు ఒకటి అన్నారు, యానిమేషన్ అనేటువంటిది జపాన్లో కానీ చైనాలో కానీ డెవలప్ అయినంతగా ఇండియాలో డెవలప్ అవ్వలేదు. బట్ దిస్ ఐ హోప్ దట్ దిస్ సిరీస్ విల్ క్యారీ దట్ టు ఎంటైర్ వరల్డ్ అని చెప్పారు. డూ యూ రియల్లీ believe or be confident that this series will take it to the Indian cinema, Indian animation to the next level? దాని మీద మీకున్న కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఏంటి?
ఫస్ట్ దానికి థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. సెకండ్ దానికి
సింపుల్ థ్యాంక్స్ అని చెప్పండి సార్.
సెకండ్
కొంచెం చెప్పండి.
సెకండ్ దానికి ఐ వాజ్ గివెన్ టైమ్ at 5:30.
You are given 5 at that time. You are given time at 5:30, but we are set at 1:30, sir.
Sorry, I don't
know whether it is.
So I given 5:30. I will see you at.
ఎందుకంటే what we had a wonderful time with him all these years. ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఆయన మా టైం తీసేయలేదు.
Sir, he has no idea about it, sir, and he's already apologized for it. So if you can
No, sir, please apologize అదంతా వద్దు సార్. Just we want to know how the press meets are being organized, and I want to make it a point that it should not happen.
Definitely, sir. It is noted, and yes.
Episode చూడటం కాదు శేఖర్.
All right. Can we move forward to the? Yes. We have a next question. If you can please stand up and మీ పేరు ఏంటి చెప్పండి and introduce yourself.
Tarak from
Publication పేరు కూడా చెప్పండి.
Tarak from NTV, sir.
Hi, my name is Akshay. I'm from.
Sir. Sir. యాక్చువల్లీ బాహుబలి అనేది తెలుగు వాళ్ళకి ఒక సినిమా కల్చర్. ఇట్స్ ఎన్ ఎమోషన్. అంటే దాదాపు 9 yearsగా మేము ఫీల్ అవుతున్న ఒక ఎమోషన్. ఇట్స్ అవర్ ప్రైడ్ అనమాట. యాక్చువల్గా ఇండియా పాకిస్తాన్ క్రికెట్ మ్యాచ్ వస్తే 6 గంటలు దాని కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తాం. బాహుబలి 1 and 2 వేస్తే మళ్ళీ 6 గంటలు చూస్తాం. ఈ రెండింటికి 6 గంటలు అనేది చూస్తాం. మిగతా దేనికి కూడా టీవీ ముందు 6 గంటలు చూడడం అనేది ఇంపాసిబుల్. అయితే మాకు 9 సంవత్సరాలు కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది ఏంటంటే ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్ వాళ్ళ వాయిస్ ఇవి బాగా ఇదైపోయి ఈ సిరీస్లో మేము అబ్జర్వ్ చేసింది ఏంటంటే సార్, హానెస్ట్గా చెప్తున్నాను, మిగతా క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్నీ ఓకే, కానీ మెయిన్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అయిన కట్టప్ప అండ్ బాహుబలి ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళే మాత్రం కొంచెం ఫేస్ కట్స్ కూడా కొంచెం డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసినట్టు అనిపించింది సార్. ఇంకోటి ఏంటంటే ఆ బాహుబలి క్యారెక్టర్లో మీకు బాగా ఇష్టమైన ధోని గారి పోలికలతో కనిపించింది. అది కావాలని చేశారా, ఇంటెన్షనల్గా చేశారా, ఎలా జరిగింది సార్?
ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏం లేదండి. ప్రాబ్లీ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు క్రియేటర్స్ వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు నాకులాగే ఆ క్రియేటర్ కూడా ధోని అంటే చాలా ఇష్టము. సో మనకి ఇష్టమైన వాళ్ళు తెలిసినప్పుడు వాళ్ళని అనుకరించిన ఆటోమేటిక్ జరిగిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ప్రాబ్లీ దట్స్ హౌ దే డిడ్ ఇట్. Your first question was okay. The voice is exactly the same way, same Anita చెప్పినట్టు. We have for a franchise to continue beyond us. మన తర్వాత కూడా అవి ముందుకు వెళ్ళాలంటే మన ఈగోని మన ప్రేమని రెండింటిని కూడా కొంచెం పక్కకి వెనక్కి లాక్కొని వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ క్రియేటర్స్. సో దట్స్ అ కాన్షియస్ డెసిషన్ టు డూ దాట్, to give the voices, the direction, the story writing for others, to feel the soul of the film, but not take anything from it, but just carry it forward. That is the reason.
సార్, అయితే యాక్చువల్గా ఏమన్నా మీరు ఒక మాట అన్నారు, అంటే ఫస్ట్ నేను నా చేతుల్లో నుంచి స్టోరీ అనేది వెళ్ళకూడదు అనుకున్నాను. బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ ఐ రియలైజ్ అని చెప్పాను. అంటే మహేష్ బాబు గారి స్టోరీకి సైమల్టేనియస్గా డిస్కషన్ జరగడం వల్ల అది ఇవ్వాల్సి వచ్చిందా
లేదా? I'm talking about 9 years, even before RRR. 9 years ముందు నుంచి. It's not just about animation. I'm talking about all other platforms that the Bahubali is going to go forward. It's not just the animated series. World is going to expand into many other media, వేరే మీడియాలో కూడా రాబోతుంది. బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ ద ప్లాట్ఫామ్ టు టాక్ అబౌట్. అందుకు జస్ట్ దీని గురించి చెప్తాను.
సార్ అయితే మాకు కంప్యూషన్ లో కూడా చిన్న కన్ఫ్యూజన్ పెట్టారు సార్.
Yes, let's just stick to one question because there's so many people who have questions. Please. One question each. Can you move on to the person behind?
Last question, sir. Rajamouli garu.
Yes, please, everybody. Sir, there is one person from that time he wants to ask.
I have a question for Gaurav. My name is Akshay, I'm from IDS.
Mic close, please.
My question is for Gaurav, that to envision Bahubali as a series and to bring it to the medium of OTT, how challenging it was for you and for the team?
No, thank you. So I think it was challenging because when we had started work on this, no animation series had really connected for huge audiences on a streaming platform or even as a film or on TV. So, as part of Disney, we run a lot of channels which have a lot of animation running on it, but all of those are made outside of our country. They're made in Japan, they're made in America. There aren't really very many amazing examples of which use our heritage, our storytelling traditions, and the quality of animators who are Indian and are building things here. So I think that is something that had not happened. So we had to take and buy into the belief that Sharad had that, this could become mainstream in India. And I think we've had an incredible journey over the last 6-7 years of really talking about this, building this out, and Legend of Hanuman first. We've had 3 amazing series on that, and now hopefully with Bahubali, and Legend will come back soon. We are now building a tradition which is strongly anchored in India's myths, Indian storytelling, and all through animation. So I think it's a revolution that has truly started. We are hopeful that gathers pace.
Rajamouli garu, good evening.
No, I would just add one thing, that, in doing this, we also, the big thing to know when a franchise is as successful as this, a world as successful as this has been created and touched so many people, is that we've seen, outside, obviously, of India, we've seen many examples, whether it's Star Wars or the Marvel Universe, where they can take those characters and expand stories of them. But every medium is thought of very differently. And when we went to explore this in series, we would obviously think of it for animation in that series differently than, obviously, as Rajamouli sir was doing it for film, would be a very different exercise. So as we think about it in all platforms, the goal is that this should add something that I feel is a deeper connection for fans of the universe. Millions of fans all over the world hopefully will be able to see this show and find new areas of the story to go deeper down the rabbit hole, and the same feeling with some of those great characters. But understandably, it is a different medium, and in series, it's also thought of differently how we craft that story. So a lot of that was really thought through from day one. Yeah.
गौरव विशाल फ्रॉम एबीपी न्यूज. कैसे हैं सर आप?
जी
सर मेरा एक सवाल था कि जिस तरह से ओटीटी अब करियर में आगे बढ़ते चला जा रहा है, आने वाले 5 सालों में टीवी का फ्यूचर आप क्या देखते हैं सर?
आप एबीपी न्यूज़ हैं?
जी सर.
मैंने अपने करियर में काफ़ी साल वहाँ पर बिताए हैं, और आज भी मैं स्टार टीवी नेटवर्क का हिस्सा हूँ. तो हिंदुस्तान में एक बहुत अमेजिंग चीज़ है कि अलग अलग तरह के मीडियम हमारे देश में अभी भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं. हम आज यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमारे साथ राजामौली सर हैं, जिन्होंने बाहुबली जैसी फिल्म बनाई, उसके बाद उन्होंने RRR बनाई. इस तरह का बॉक्स ऑफिस उससे पहले कभी देखा नहीं गया, और जिस दिन भी ये लोग डिसाइड करें कि वो बाहुबली 3 बनाएंगे, वो पहले दिन शायद वो सारे रिकॉर्ड पहले दिन ही तोड़ देंगे. सो अगर हम पश्चिमी देशों की बात करें तो वहाँ पर लोग अक्सर सोचते हैं कि यार सिनेमा का डिक्लाइन हो रहा है, और अगर हम डेटा देखें शायद सच भी है, बॉक्स ऑफिस कलेक्शंस कम हो रहे हैं. वही चीज़ हमने देखा है वहाँ के टेलीविजन नेटवर्क्स के साथ भी, वो कहानी हो रही है. तो ये बात वेस्ट में डेफिनेटली हो रही है, लेकिन इसका कुछ अनुभव इंडिया में हो रहा है ऐसा कोई परिणाम अभी तक दिखता नहीं है. हमने पिछले साल देखा जवान जैसी फिल्म आई जिसमें कि शाहरुख खान साहब ने पहली बार एक तमिल डायरेक्टर के साथ काम किया और शाहरुख खान और एटली ने मिलकर पहले दिन का जो बॉक्स ऑफिस हिंदी में गया वो भी बहुत बड़ा था। सो अगर हम टीवी की बात करें, राइट, मेरा एक बड़ा सौभाग्य है कि मैं स्टार प्लस की प्रोग्रामिंग देखता हूँ। उसमें अनुपमा जैसा शो जिसको कि हर साल लगभग 200 मिलियन लोग देखते हैं, उस तरह का शो तो पिछले 5 साल में